Prepare for action! Prepare for adventure! Prepare the ship for boarding action on the quest for the Quantum Rose!
And welcome back to Quest for the Quantum Rose. When last we had left our heroes, they had just met with Granny Promethea and received a pretty fair amount of expositional backstory. And then they received some most unexpected news. The Proud Rock was here. The Proud Rock was stuck in a dead magic zone. They had magic indifferent weapons in a locker in the armory here on planet Nixon. They were going to loan out to our heroes. And this is where we currently rejoin our crew, standing in front of what honestly seems like a walk-in closet of guns.
Will immediately attack it.
Sorry.
Oh yes, Kalahari had stayed behind in the ship to try and keep the thrusters from blowing up because of being patched in with that weird gnomish battery. You know the thing about trying to clutch voltages together is it'll tend to melt your stuff, so she had stayed behind with the ship to basically run some maintenance repairs and stop things from going blue in inopportune moments. Everybody else, including Zap, had gone along for the storyline.
I believe her exact words were, "I can use the dog to stand in for me in social situations." Sweet.
It's horrifying.
You're welcome.
That's what we said.
Jesse knows your character.
So, you're of course welcome to communicate over the comms because you're currently sitting in one of those areas where they have actual radios, and they did have one of Granny's black suited guards staying up at the docks alongside of the hero's journey, so they can relay messages back and forth to Kala if necessary.
All right. So how would we do that? We just find is there like a radio that we
You have another agent escorting you.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Agent Belly. These are the Star Growl. They're almost like futuristic MIBs, right? Like
right.
they're very like clean cut, professional, like high ticket merc security guards.
Right. So Willow's gonna take a moment to just take in all of the tech, just eyes immediately looking around at the stuff she can use, and then she's gonna look over to the dude and it's like, "Yeah, you should probably hail our artificer. She's gonna want in on this. Tell her we found her ship and we found her bastard uncle. She'll be here in a minute."
Belly's eyebrows pop up, and she like speaks into a sleeve. I don't know if any of you speak Star Drow.
I speak Elvish.
Let me see my languages. I speak, Code, Common, Gnomish, and Aquan, so no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
unless-
Willow, the inflection is a little weird, but you hear it. The guests say that their other friend needs to come over. Can you relay a message? And so the other guard on the other end kind of perks up and looks in the earpiece, and goes to like holler up the access hatchway. Ahoy there! Your friends back with Granny have got something to say. Apparently, I'm supposed to tell you there's guns. Your ship's here, and so's your uncle. And ask if you wanted to come to the armory.
As soon as she'd hear the ship is there, tools would have clattered. She gets there dashing as quickly.
I see. He'll rip the engine and get you double timed over the lake to the. You haven't had a chance to see her house yet, so I'll describe it again for you. You are currently standing on a very well-constructed sort of synthetic wood dock. This looks like the kind of thing that you might find at a really fancy place in like Tahoe or something. Um, Coincidentally, you are also standing at the edge of a massive crater lake. The terrain of this planet shows a lot of signs of impact craters and terrain scarring, and at the epicenter of this particular crater is a little island with some very vibrant green glowing grass and bioluminescent blue waves and some really funny pink eels we'll get back to later. But around this entire lake, once you step into and beyond the perimeter of the dock, everything magical ceases to function. So, all of your gear that's actually on your person, it continues to work, but only like just at the periphery of your being. Anything outside of that shuts down. So like right now, Zazu's like kind of limp, hanging on your shoulder.
Would my casters still work?
You're welcome to try, but the short answer is no. Projectiles in dead magic zones, magical projectiles in dead magic zones, just fizzle out.
Right, but can it still fire the regular shot?
Not unless it's some kind of an actual physical projectile, which I'm fairly certain yours is a blaster underneath.
Yes, it is.
On that note, could Val do, like, I know this above table, but in character, she's gonna do like a diagnostics check throughout her whole body and figure out, okay, I have so many cybernetics. What is and isn't? What's working on my backup solar battery, and what's been like powered down to the arcane core that's like right behind my heart.
So, basically, all of your basic bodily functions are still contained as functional. You notice that if you try to launch your grappling arm, it basically it'll detach and it'll launch, but then it kind of just hangs at the end of your arm, dangly.
Can I crank it back? Can I hand crank it in?
Yeah, you can manually rewind it.
Well, that's going to go not very well in ZG, but I guess I can just like slowly uncrank it and use it as a rope in ZG.
It's still useful.
Yeah, it's still useful. I'm going to check my leg engines next. I'm guessing no.
So the jets work, but like it only pushes you around, right? Like you're not able to actually affect anything outside. Like you feel the thrust from your foot, but that's it, right?
Okay, so I'm just like looking at the caps and things. Okay, yeah. If we're going to a DMC, I'm going to need some. Then I just like recognize. Oh wait. My gun is a blaster. And I'm just gonna start looking through the walls and see like.
So, also one question, because I just remember they have like a +1 cosmic shark longsword and shield. That's not magical, because it counts as magical, but it's made of space shark.
Right. So, funny thing, your space shark weapons are still as keen and as hard as they seem to have ever been.
Okay. But for example, my cloak of protection, it's doing nothing right now. Okay, makes sense.
It is cloaking you.
Hey, Correos, I have some ideas, but I've been in a unit long enough. What do you think?
You should get a rifle. Obviously.
Well, either a rifle or a bow, either one.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume that the equivalent to the concussion rifle is just a big old sniper rifle.
As you're beginning to have these kind of like tactical discussions, the other boat pulls up and you hear like the rapid fire pattering of feet as Kala appears in the doorway.
Where is it?
Kind of like
Willow steps up. Cal, we got Cal. So here's the deal: is in space in a dead magic zone. Apparently, we did something up there that made it so that whenever your dumbass uncle and his crew popped out of hyperspace, the ship just sat in a dead magic zone on exiting hyperspace or exiting the warp. Mm-hmm. So it's up there, sitting powerless in dead magic zone. We have the element of surprise. We can get the shield back. hopefully we can get the ship back. You'll probably have to like guide us through there. I'm assuming we can maybe corral all the gnolls into an airlock and just jet them into space. Is what I'm going for a plan right now, aside from just steal the thing.
Is it damaged?
Looks to the elves.
Our intelligence didn't give us a damage report. Just said that the ship matching your that description was stuck in the middle of a dead spot.
Fine. What do we need to do to get up there?
Well, you know, you've got your own ship, but Granny was offering you the loan of some mundane weaponry so that you could still fight effectively during what I'm sure is going to be a spectacular boarding action. The guard that brought you over on the boat looks almost wistful, like he misses seeing the front lines. It's like, it's been many a moon since I had a boarding action. So yeah, you're looking at basically a giant locker full of gnomish-based technological weapons. Everything in here is the equivalent of like either a low world tech weapon as you would find in the DMG, or a gnomish technological alternative to the stuff you can find in the DM Dark Magic text. So you do have laser rifles, you do have access to things, but they're actual lasers and not magic bolt lasers.
I have a question.
Huh?
They wouldn't happen to have, game-wise, mechanically, a concussion rifle for me, but flavorfully, it's just a really cool teched-out bow and arrow.
So, none of the named enchanted weapons are in here. The best they've. Oh, you mean like the?
Yeah, the concussion rifle was like, that was my base rifle when I started off with. And
okay, so not your upgraded version of that, just like
no, it's not my +1. It's not my +1 concussion rifle like that we reflavored to a concussion bow.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, hey, do y'all? I'm just like looking for a non-magical concussion rifle, but you know, as a bow, because we're going with like it's low tech here. So.
Well, I mean, they do have kinetic weapons in that flavor. Here, shoot.
That's actually the good question. What is the biggest shotgun in the midst of this armory?
Shotgun. You want something that scatters.
I want something that puts the biggest punch in the shortest range.
I looked to whoever we're talking to. Her code name is Calamity for a reason.
I think you mean a hammer.
Okay. Well, so let's look through here. Here,
like a blitz cannon.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, we do have this lightning gun here. He basically pulls down what looks like an upside down umbrella that's crossed with a Tesla coil. It's got a series of concentric rings leading up to kind of like almost like a Christmas tree shape in the center, and then a big like satellite dish style flashback suppressor, right? So it's a big, it's a kind of an ungainly piece of equipment, but when he clicks it on, you can hear the capacitors winding up, and they wind, and they get into a pitch that makes it even hard for you to hear, Kala. Before they really peak at their charge, and you can see like the fur on the back of your hands and arms is standing up from the static charge that's building. Belly hand gets down what looks like some kind of it looks like a length of coiled tube with a series of rings kind of installed and points around it. This is what the gnomes use for concussion rifle weaponry. It basically supercharges a plasma disk and then accelerates it to near relativistic speeds with rails. It results in basically a slug of air.
Oh, all right.
And that's
It's a little less aerodynamic than my teacher's design, but should do the trick just fine. And I just like put it on my back and just like, all right, cool. And
It's very accurate at long range because of the way the Taurus rotates in on itself. Just sight right down the middle and you'll be fine.
Okay. I'm also just gonna pick up a standard repeater just because I have a standard repeater, but it's a laser and not a gnomish one. So like, I want to make sure I have that single-handed.
Sure.
Basically, just copy my laser claws and antimatter daggers. well. Just going for getting my entire toolkit except make it work in the TNT.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab a repeater for a sidearm.
At stage where you're gonna
Explosive still work.
I believe Kala said she was going for the blitz cannon, so that's Val and Cal and Boom Squid good, and I think Caxo said he was going to continue using his sword, his shark sword.
I will ask though if they have a harpoon gun, or just harpoons with a rope, something I can throw at range and bring stuff closer, if necessary.
I think we've got some actually out by the boat docks, but
I'll find that most useful. Thank you.
yeah. So the second guard that brought in Cal on the other boat will like show you to where they keep their fishing gear.
Oh, also, do y'all have just like a mundane just a striker light, like just either some matches or a lighter, and I need a flask of oil.
Okay, we keep lantern oil down at the boathouse. We also keep flares.
That's why you don't let people get
What?
We keep
What are
flares
all the explosives I have to you?
Jack shit in DMZ.
No, they work.
Did it work? Wait, I thought that was Magitech.
It's just chemistry.
Could we not plan on using any high explosives in the middle of my ship?
Well, but
we'll clean
what
up.
if it-
We'll clean it up.
We've
What if
got
it's on
some
the
medium
side?
explosives. There's some fragmentation grenades here. There's a couple of bio and sleep gas grenades over here. If you need incendiaries, those are all this wall here.
To be fair, you're storming the ship, Miss Calamity.
I'll stick with mostly gas rounds.
War crimes detected.
War crimes are perfectly fine if it gets my ship back.
That's actually a good point, Kala. Yeah, Willow says that she's looking through different machine pistols, considering like kinetic rounds or like laser ones, and then also shifting to the sword, like talking as she's looking. She's like,
Get a nail gun.
Hmm?
Get a
Do they
nail
have
gun.
do they have needlers, like Halo style needlers?
Yeah. Okay. So they do have a flechette gun that basically acts. It acts like the needler, but all at once, not kind of in sequence, right? So it's more like a scatter gun.
But with like a cone of big screw off porcupine needles.
Right. So this is okay. Mechanically, what you're going to get here is you're going to get a weapon kind of like the blitz cannon or a shotgun, where it's going to have the scatter property. It's going to be a 2d8 piercing damage or 2d10 if it's up close.
Right.
The range is going to be 20 to 40 feet, like 20 for the base and 40 for the long, and it's going to take both your hands because it's a long piece of equipment and it's got a lot of mass in the front to make things move so fast. So it's a little front heavy.
I think Cal will probably just stick with the swarm pistols and the laser swords, if she can find gnomish equivalents.
I'm gonna be honest. I really pictured swarm pistols as Halo needlers this whole time.
So, yeah, there are basically what amount as like little short plasma blades that function identically to the laser sword.
Okay, good. But yeah, as she's looking through this, Willow's like, yeah, Cal, this is something we actually need to talk about. What sort of, do you have like any schematics of the Proud Rock on you? Do you have anything we can use to figure out approach vectors, best ways to go in where we can't be seen from a viewport, like loading bays, stuff like that, points of entry?
Of course I do. I've memorized every inch of that.
Good. We'll need to find a good way to approach them without us being seen from like the main view section or any other stuff. They're going to be dead in the water, so they're not going to have external cameras, so we just need to worry about them spotting us on a visual.
Yeah, that's not going to be a problem.
Right. We'll have to come in from a side where they can't see us. We're going to also we might have to use the same method of maneuvering around the DMZs that we did last time with the blaster cannons. But we're also going to have to do this again, out of sight, out of mind, slip in as fast as we can. If we have to take them, we take them hard and fast. But if we can, we need to just get in and get out. You know, you want to have your ship back, but right now we need to get the shield back here to Granny so we can make that time crystal and make it so they can't use it.
That is, you make a good point, but also, as far as traversing the DMZ, I mean, not to brag, but I kind of can just stand outside the airlock shooting my laser rifle, and like we can do that so that you can be like awesome. We can all just keep all eyes everywhere, and you don't have to worry about like having to man a big gun.
Willow just sort of just has a moment where she just freezes, then light bulbs, and then just light bulbs, and turns, points at Val. You can breathe in space with your mechs, just with your cybernetics, non-magical, right, hon?
Yeah, my non-magical, my baseline cybernetics also includes a thing up here, like, so the way I've been above table, like, Val's had organic lungs and breathing system this whole time, but I have the ratio of I don't need to breathe if I don't want to. So it's sort of just like internally, just like, oh yeah, she got a gnomish fucking, Star-Lord visor from like as a graduation gift. That's just how I've been resolving that mentally. So I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I don't need to breathe. Well, like it's basically a rebreather and stuff.
Will just says that Keith is still pointing at Val, but she turns to everybody else like, what if, and this is just a dumb idea, we go slow, we keep Val outside on a tether, and if she starts to feel her cybernetics shut down, she just waves at us, and we move away from, we angle the ship away from it, and just sort of pull her back in, and then just have her bungee out every once in a while, just as like a little receiving buoy, to see if there's any dead magic there.
I mean, yeah. If I just take a second, I can reroute my Xbox LEDs.
I mean, issue with this solution, we can only check in one direction at a time.
Right.
You would have to navigate around, which is possible.
Do we have any?
But it'll take more time.
Sure. Do we have any like magnetic boots to keep me attached to the ship? For the record, do we have those?
What are ropes for? Come on.
But I'm pretty sure
it'd be easier for me to just walk around the ship.
Do we have any? Willow turns to the elves. Do you guys have any gnomish make life suits with any thruster capabilities?
Okay, so we've got two things. We've got space helmets that work in the DMZs,
Right.
and it's like they show you they're basically like big goldfish bowl, like 50s style atomic spacesuit looking things, with like the self-contained oxygen and like the big bubble canopy helmet, and they just like seal to your shoulders. And then we've got jetpacks.
All right.
And they're literally just compressed chemical jetpacks. Like it's, yeah.
As soon as he says that, I pick one up.
Yeah.
Right. So here's Willow's
Can I
like.
tip one?
Willow's like, so here's
Well,
what
it's
we
here.
do. Like, so Willow's like, so here's what we do. And before she can use, she turns like, is there any limits on like the jetpacks and how long they can operate, how much fuel they need, anything like that?
So these jetpacks have a maximum use time of 1 hour.
All right.
And they fire in increments where each charge is depleted as a minute, even if you don't use the full.
Okay. So
Basically, every time that you engage it, you can keep going for the full minute. But if you turn it off, if you stop your movement, you have to arrest it. It burns the rest of that minute.
Okay. All right. Knowing that, Willow's like, so what we could essentially do is take one of these, and I'm Willow. Yeah, words. Sorry, this is the first time I've been on a heist in a long time. Val.
You're doing great, babe.
Thank you, man. And she's like, Val can scout ahead for us with this. She'll be able to use her like sense of her cybernetics to know when it's turned off and signal us, just I guess hand wave or whatever, and we can know where to turn the ship. Or potentially we could just sit on one of get as close as we could to the Proud Rock, sit behind a debris field where we're not seen, and have her scout ahead with just the jetpack, and then come back to us and just with her cybernetics plot us the course around them.
Yeah, that sounds like something I could easily do.
Yeah, and she's like, and Willow just goes, you'll be small enough to where you won't really register, unless you get really close, you won't really register as anything but probably a chunk of debris or maybe just a satellite or something.
Yeah, and I can turn my LEDs off so that, he holds up her arm and suddenly the lights go off, and like, lights go off on her eyes and like everything. Just like, I'm not going to be putting off excess light, so that'd be good. So I won't be more lustrous than your average metallic asteroid, which, if there's a whole debris field that was former ships, honestly, there's more metal than me out there.
Willow's like, that's another good thing. We just came in through a war zone. You could be mistaken for another body just floating around up there.
True. Although I gotta say, I think I look just a hair better than your average pool.
Of course.
Speaking of hairs, what about whiskers on the hero's journey to detect dead zones before we hit them?
You mean Zap?
We'd have to put Zap outside the ship.
Yeah,
No,
he'd
no,
have
no.
to.
Like, whiskers may have been the wrong word. Actual not retractable, but actual appendage on the front of the ship to sense the dead zones. That way.
I mean, I was thinking of getting a magnetic boost to just stand on the front of the ship and be that sensor.
Yeah, I feel like it would probably take more time for us to jury rig that
Yeah.
than we want to
Plus-
spend.
Plus, honestly, I could just hang out the side of the airlock with it open on the outside and sealed on the inside, and just shoot around with my blaster.
The
I
thing
have a
is,
repeater.
the thing is though, if we do that, we'll still hit the magic zone before you detect it. As soon as we hit the zone, you'll go off, and we'll know we're in it. So then we'll have to rely on the thrusters.
Well, so long as it's the front of the ship, we still have control from the back. As long as we're
Momentum.
going slow enough.
Momentum. But we would still be moving at a forward momentum. We would be carried
Yeah.
through the magic zone still, though.
Right.
Yeah, and while I did get some leg thrusters to be able to get some movement in space, I can't move more than maybe myself and maybe rescue 2 people. I can't stop the ship.
No.
So yeah, we can either do like we did last time and just play.
So, point of order from the universe. When you guys have magic thrust, like when your engines are actually functional and you're not just on like attitude jets, like had to be happened with the Gnomish kludge, y'all have perfect control.
So like, if it
like,
shuts off,
that-
we just straight up
Yeah.
stop.
If,
What I'm
yeah,
saying is the drift thing
it's
isn't
not
really
an
going to
issue,
be yeah. So like
as long as we're going slow enough.
Kala's idea of having whiskers that like can sense where the edge of that is, you'd be able to stop in time to avoid running into the bridge with it.
Right, but how long would it take to jury rig those?
Probably
And it's just
long
about,
enough
like-
to flip the switch. It's already on.
It is already on the. It's already on the ship.
We already have that?
We have that?
What do you think I do with my free time?
I didn't know that we.
I'm
had
not
that
going to answer
installed.
that question.
So it's like attaching like really long metal sticks and glow sticks at the magical glow sticks at the top, or what?
Whiskers was a bad terminology. They're
It's good.
effectively
It's-
magical lights. As soon
Magic
as they
antennas.
stop, no, not even antennas, just lights. As soon as you stop seeing the light, you know there's a dead zone.
That's fair.
So wait, out of character, was that something that we had installed last time when we made the upgrades to the ship?
This is something I conspired with him about.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
So while everyone else was off having tea parties, Kala was out solving problems y'all didn't even know you had.
All right.
While we were off, having fun, Kala was studying the blade.
Well, I was like, all right, that amends my plan.
Also, the universe finds it amusing to have a cat driving a ship with whiskers.
This is actually also very true.
I want a little
I want
whisper
art of
on the
this.
ship now.
I want art of this.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, that's the way we want to go. I think that'd be good. We can use the whiskers.
True.
Yeah.
Still have the jetpacks though. We could.
Oh, we
could
should
park-
definitely take the jetpacks.
Oh,
Also,
that was
this
like,
way you
I'm
avoid
wearing one.
endangering the dog or anyone else on the ship, just to
Right.
make them a effective canary in the space coal mine here.
I still
I
vote
was-
for the biological hood ornament.
I look. I'm still very excited to do this. Okay, I've been.
I mean, we
You
could
can't
just
stop her from being a figurehead.
Yeah, we could she'd just be sitting there posed like the lady on the one like on the muscle cars.
Yeah, well,
You're
y'all
gonna
can
have
take
to
it in
mute your,
turns,
like-
standing out on the deck with your big guns and like putting up both middle fingers in the air as you blow starships into space dust. But
Yes.
We'll get to there. We have to get out of the orbit or out into orbit first.
Yeah,
Right.
let's
Yeah.
go eat some hyenas.
Yes. Right. So plan is use the whiskers to navigate around, park behind the ship if we can, and come in from the back, outside of the view windows.
Sounds perfect.
Perfect.
Then from there we follow Cal's direction to find like where she turns. Where would they probably put anything? Where would you put anything important? Is there any kind of like vault or room in there, Kala?
Well, not that they know of.
Would your uncle know of it though?
Hell no.
All right. But you know him better than any of us here. Where on your ship, where would he put something valuable?
Knowing him, try and keep it on his person. Otherwise, it's going to be as close to him as a locker,
Right.
vault, safe, something. I
Right.
doubt he'd just leave it hanging around in the cargo bay.
Right. So we go in, we either recon as best we can, but while staying out of sight of the giggle brigade, and learn what we can of where he might have kept it, go in, steal it. If we can, we try and retake it. If not, we just get out and get back to Granny, get the thing made. And if they're still up there by the time that we get that done, then we come in and we blow them all to hell.
So what I'm
and get the
hearing,
ship back.
this is a heist.
This is a heist in space. Willow puts up a hand for a high five.
I've never stolen from my own ship before, but there is one big problem. If he's not going to let it out of his sight, it's not a heist. It's an assault.
Right then.
I mean, we
Yeah,
could
right,
do this
because
as an
we'll have, like-
assassination instead.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
But I want a training montage.
It can still be a heist if we're still assassinating someone on top of it.
Yeah.
We can definitely try the stealth approach first. I'm just
Mhm.
warning you right now. He's most likely going to have it on him, with him, around him. It may be a freaking football for all I know.
Right. That doesn't even bring it to the fact that we might find a nihilist up there. So we like you said, we try and be quiet first, but if it fails, we go loud. Willow puts up a hand for a high five.
I'm currently holding the blitz cannon.
She looks at down. I think
You
she
have
goes,
a face.
right, and just withdraws her hand. Right, my bad. Sorry, I'm a little excited. It's been a while since my last extraction mission, shall we say.
I mean,
But yeah, if we're all good, we good to go.
just let me look for one more thing, and if I can find it, would be good. If not, then either way, yes, there's something.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, so, actually, that was what I was messaging Jesse about. So, Jesse, as for that particular thing, could you message me what sort of ranges I have with it, and can I fill it with healing potion?
Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you flat out. Just all right. Good lord.
You knew exactly. I was surprised you didn't know exactly what I was going for.
Yeah.
I will say that. All right, you're fine. The concussion rifle itself, there's an attachment you can put on the front of it to project darts with the gas output. You have to turn it down to basically like soft mode though, otherwise it'll shatter everything. But you can use the alternate fire mode for your concussion rifle, but it takes a bonus action to load the intended payload, and then your action to fire the weapon.
Okay.
Your range is still your range.
It's okay. So, if I use my bonus action, I can just fill a dart that's got a needle in it with healing potion, then use my action to fire that and try to heal an ally.
Well, you'll want to prep those before you go, because this is not something you can assemble in the field.
Yeah, this is what I'd be like looking for here and prepping it on the way there.
Yeah, you do find down closer to like the non-lethal, the less lethal solutions. There is like a basically what amounts to a pack of like big game hunter or big game warden style like trank plungers, right? Like the big fuck off glass syringes with
with the like the
feathery
at the end. Yes.
Yeah, that. So you find a kit of those. There's 8 empty syringes that you have available.
Are you?
Cool.
I'm getting some serious Vent the Flint flashbacks here.
Are you getting
Nice.
honest? Are you getting honest dart gun from Overwatch?
That is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm gonna grab those. Wait. So wait. So what does that mean?
I can make an aesthetic for you to put in there. If we want to actually try to go stealth.
Does that heal people, or what does that do?
What is
wait,
aesthetic?
Oh wait, no, that knocks people out.
Yes.
Shoot, I guess I have 8 darts. If you're willing to put like some materials into this, I'll do 4 anesthetics for 4 tranks, and I'll do 4 healing potions.
This is a good plan.
I'm
This
excited
is
to be
it.
part of this.
I'm officially playing Anna from Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Legit eat your heart out. I did your character better.
Oh, dip. All right. Any other preparations to be made?
So I guess we'll just put those there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do want to take along a
Spend.
laser dagger.
Hey, what kind of dagger?
Well, whatever dagger is available.
So they have a kind of like an acid-edged vibroblade that it still. I can talk. It does the same necrotic damage as an antimatter dagger, just by a slightly different avenue. So it has like this kind of really nasty toxic substance that clings to the blade but doesn't drip.
I mean, if it cuts, that's all I need.
It cuts, but it also necrotizes, so it's just the necrotic damage. So it's statistically identical to the antimatter dagger.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I was able to find counterparts from my swarm pistols and my beam swords, right?
Yeah, no, they did absolutely have. I already mentioned they had basically plasma projectors that function the same as the laser blades. And your swarm pistols were not a problem. They already have automatic fire weapons for those.
They're just the plasma cutters from Dead Space.
Yep.
And just make sure we're going over everything. My tranks. I guess we'll go off your anesthetic for how those tranks work.
Yes.
And the healing things, I guess that's 4 darts that act like that act like basic healing potions. I guess I don't.
Yes.
DM? Okay, cool.
Yeah, each one of your healing darts will be the same as being administered a pot remotely.
Cool.
But you've got to hit their AC.
Perfect. That should not be a problem for me. And I presume that I was able to find just the gnomish equivalent to all my stuff: the repeater, the dagger, balls, all that jazz.
You do find your repeater. You do find a nice little dagger, and you've got your concussion rifle with optional dart attachment.
Okay. And the balls. Yeah. Easy. That was very easy. Okay. Cool. All right. So I've got everything I need. I'm actually very happy with this now. I can't tell you how overjoyed I am.
All right. Well, if you're all kitted out, you better get a move on before they figure out how to get that thing moving.
Yeah, let's go before they manage to cannibalize something from the ships nearby, like we did.
Yep. So
Alright, let's go see.
they help you on the boat and get you bundled back up to the ship. It takes a couple of trips though because y'all are laden with equipment now. And what?
I'm sorry to slow things down just one more time, but I remember last session someone made a nature check with those little pink things,
Oh yeah.
and it was flavored as they knew because I knew it. I want to see if I actually remember it right now. Do I remember what those pink things are?
Do you?
17 nature check.
You do, but the universe forgot. They were. I don't remember the actual name we gave them. I think they were called Valentine eels or bee eels.
Okay.
They were basically a species of freshwater eel. They take a very long time during their mating rituals, and they are bioluminescent, pink and red, because of their diet of bioluminescent algae that is omnipresent in this water. So
Thank you for
there's like
suffering my want.
a whole glowy ass food chain happening on this planet. And when they mate, they form little V's, and they hunt together by forming little heart shapes in the water. They like
Did you-
scoop
I
the
definitely
fur
click
together.
some pictures before we go with my fucking eye.
Did you just say there's an ass food chain?
Well, yeah, they're attached at the ass, so they've got to eat while they're mating, right? They're like those love bugs, you know. They stay stuck together for a while.
I completely misunderstood the con. My bad.
Yeah, the asses are glowing, right? Like that's the whole thing. Is they've got to eat so they can make healthy babies. They need a lot of sustenance.
So like they gotta make sure they're continuously eating so that like there's enough calories there. So they must make sure they absolutely have to have jump control. There must be a wheel in the back of their Honda. They gotta just be like.
Oh my god. Okay.
Let's move on.
Sorry. Thank you for suffering my want to be.
It's brightness, not thickness, that counts here.
Okay, we can fast forward. I'm done.
All right. So, moving past the ass eels, as we all should. You all lift off, and thankfully, you have the benefit now of experience remembering where the perimeter of that, like where the dark matter or the dead magic zones started. So you know about the point that you need to start getting serious about slowing down and watching your step. And it's at this point that I will direct your attention back to the Roll20 map. And you are currently located in the southwestern portion here, and you can see before you the great hulking dark shape of the Proud Rock sitting lifeless adrift and looking very much like one of the other wrecks in this space graveyard, except you can't really tell if it's been damaged or not. I mean, it doesn't have any obvious exterior holes in it, just a big dead floating husk. So I have left up on the map where you all have tagged the dead magic zones in the space that they were in previously. Your navigation will ping off of those if you approach them.
Can I download a copy of that to my HUD?
I mean, it's
internal HUD.
Kala's got it on the course chart. Basically, she can see in her piloting view, can see where those are, and the data overlay will be fed if you go into like the gun targeting system. You'll get that info on the overlay.
No, I was thinking if I make a spacewalk.
Oh, if you're making a spacewalk?
Yeah. So can I download just like a copy of that to my own personal HUD?
I'll say you can interface with the ship systems.
Okay, close enough.
Because it's nav data, and like your HUD's not really built to interface with data in that format, so you kind of need the ship.
Yeah, I'd have to make like a workaround for my tracking data.
So, are you able to add turn? Are you able to control the ship? No, I did not give anyone control. Hang on. Boop. Okay, now try.
Yay.
Yay. Okay, there you go.
If you'd be so kind.
So, Kala, I will leave you to navigating.
Well,
how do you want to approach your old ship here?
Most likely, it would probably be best if we go around using the map as oriented. If we swing north and come up from behind the engines, I believe there's a hatch that leads in between the engine room. We can use that for a stealth approach.
Right up the vent. I love it. Okay, so go ahead and make your navigation and move the ship across the grid in the fashion that you would plot the course.
So just square by square, or
yeah, just square by square.
I'm assuming that you're pinging for.
Yeah, so every time you move, I'll stop you if there's some problem. But for right now, like as far as your navigational data from the previous events goes, you're just now starting to come up on the edge of the dead zone, and there's nothing further to the north of you to be worried about. It's just like to the
behind this.
You have to. Yeah, that's okay. I'll allow it because I understand about trying to grab at that handle at the top of the image.
For the briefest of moments, for some reason, I heard the backing up beeping sound and then continuing.
I'm right. Over to Cal. So, are you sure they can't see us?
As you like skirt past the edge of this dead magic zone, like you can see, like the whiskers out on the right on the starboard perimeter, you can start to see them flicker out and fade, and you realize that you're hitting right on the very edge of that one, but your engines are safe.
And to answer the question, Val, yes, the viewpoint for the entirety of the ship is facing forward. Everything else is cameras.
Okay, yeah, So we are in the dark on them. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, of course, all of this is said offhandedly. She is extremely focused on just getting straight there without any fuck-ups.
We spent so long talking about like how we're going to do this, and then it was just this quick.
Okay, and at this point, you have closed within spacewalk range, effectively. So you bring the ship to a halt, and you can see like the faint fade of the forwardmost whiskers, as it were. Then the antennae responding to the flicker of dead magic around the edge of your ship. And essentially what you are all staring at is now the ass end of the Proud Rock, just this massive bank of engines. And sure enough, just where you remember at Kala, that in between like the upper and lower engine banks, you can see there is that access hatch for the maintenance bay that will lead you back into the guts of the engine room.
All right. As soon as the ship is in park, Kala jumps up from the seat, heads towards the airlock, cocks the blitz cannon, and says, "All right, everybody up."
Right.
She says this as if it wasn't already at the airlock, like ready, just like excitedly waiting to jump out.
That's more along the lines of "Get the fuck out now, we're going."
Right.
Okay, yeah.
I'm prepared or not, we're going now.
All right, I'm going to. I have a special maneuver I want to do.
You hear a yipping from behind Boom Squid as everyone starts lining up to go out the airlock door, and you see behind you Zap is wearing one of the fishbowl helmets and is wagging.
I'm not sure this is the best idea.
I'm gonna
Zap.
look down at Zap and be like, "Buddy, love, I love you so very much, but we're gonna have to go and do this. And to do this, we need someone really strong and really powerful and really trustworthy to make sure that the ship is safe while we're gone. And we all talked about it, and we want to entrust this responsibility to you. Do you think you can do it for us, Zap?"
Zap whimpers a little bit, and you can see like the sparks of laser like bouncing off the front of the glass, the goldfish bowl.
I want to cry.
Willow goes down next to him and goes, "Yeah, buddy, if you go in there, your magic's not gonna work. You're gonna lose,
and
you're gonna
immediately
lose."
like you see like the tail and ears drooping, it's like, and the whimpering start a little louder.
So while this is happening, Kala's already getting through the airlock and outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So after some cajoling, you convince Zap to part with the bubble helmet, and he goes and he curls up under the engine room console where his little makeshift bed is.
Okay.
Willow goes over him before she leaves and goes, "Buddy, trust me, I would love to take you on an adventure, but I don't want you to get hurt. Okay? Plus," she looks left and right and she just goes, "We know you would kill all of them in one go. And Kala just kind of needs the catharsis right now. But if any of them get on the ship," she makes a little like motion with her hands, just punching her other fist. She goes, "You have my permission. If anybody gets onto you, you let them know I did. I told you you could. Anybody else but us gets on the ship, bork them."
And you hear a happy yip, and like there's like that little momentary oh no, where you remember that, oh yeah, this is a laser barking corgi, and just a very faint sliver of laser light kind of cuts off a few of your hairs.
Willow just takes it in stride. She goes, "Attaboy. We get done with this. We get back to the planet. I'm going to take you on the best walkies of your life on that island."
You see his tail wag, but he doesn't say anything else.
Say, "Good boy. We'll be back soon." And then she just races over to the airlock.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a running jump out the airlock, and as soon as I jump out, I'm gonna shoot my grappling hook at the corner of the door and swing myself toward the ship and let go just in time to try to get there faster than everyone else because I need this.
Did anyone think to bring magnetic boots?
Do we have them? I was asking about those this whole time.
Did you ask about magnetic boots?
Yes, I did. Multiple
Okay, good.
times.
Then yeah, since you asked, you will have found them. I just didn't remember anyone mentioning it, so sorry.
Cool. You're good. I have magnetic boots on.
So what is going to be the marching order going into?
Sorry, everyone, but Kala is up front.
Yeah, we need Kala up front. She knows this place. Yeah, she knows the place better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I mostly did that just to catch up with Kala, so I'm gonna be second in that marching order.
Are you gonna be like close to the front if I have to like go melee because I'm melee.
Yeah,
I bump into Cax and take him with me. So he's in front of me. Cax is second, I'm third.
I'll take a fourth.
Willow will hang in the back and keep an eye out for anything that might be sneaking up on us.
All right.
Just like I grab him, like, let's go, big guy.
And Willow bringing up the rear. Okay.
I mean, in space you can carry me like.
It's nothing. Yeah.
I'm proud of carrying Caxus.
Okay. So you do that. That's fine.
You go here and do it.
All right. So have fun finding yourselves on this map.
Yeah.
We'll have so much fun.
So it may not matter, but I do.
I have that as well.
I have dark vision until the Magitech cuts out, and then my eye goes back to being just a piece of glass.
No, actually, I was just a derp and then turn on fog of war. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were being a.
Oh, that's a big
Actually,
map.
it's also really friggin' huge in here. So
True. Sorry.
I'm starting to think the previous map was not in scale. The
Actually,
shapes.
no, it was all very approximate.
do you want to be in front?
It's fine. We'll fix it. I'll just shut lines over here.
Also, just to interject real quick, is anybody else's Sirenscape telling them they needed to update or upgrade?
Oh yeah, it'd be good if I
turn mine
actually.
on.
Yeah, I was gonna say as I haven't been running it today,
Yeah, I opened it and there.
but I will
See?
now. Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it open for and update it, and I will. I'll go ahead and turn that on now.
I don't know how to update this thing.
So this may actually surprise everybody, but Kala is not acting the nonchalant that she normally is.
Ah, there it goes.
For this one, it is extreme military tactics that she would have learned from some of the quote-unquote teams that she has moved cargo for.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, good. We're going to get
Black Ops.
Yeah.
the harsh but cruel tactics that I trained with. That the Koreos and I trained with. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna act like one of us now.
temporarily, yes.
All right. I can look forward to the teamwork while it lasts.
Wow.
Jeez, that was mean. I'm sorry.
You can stare all you want.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna go ahead and preload a Drink Dart.
This
Alrighty.
run Willow's gonna go shadow mode. Do you need a roll or just?
I'll let him finish setting up, and then we'll.
You're good. You're good. So, the trip through the service hatch is uneventful, but you do find yourself basically in what amounts to like the maintenance area, right to the back end of the engine batteries themselves. So what you're looking at is a large series of energy conduits and controls and limiters and all the arcane shit that makes sure that the engines don't just explode when they go. There's a long hallway to the left and to the right, Kala. Your memory kind of puts you basically like right off the center beam, a bit to the port side, and you know that there's like a major arcane generator hub to your left and another one on the opposite side of the ship to the right, and a regulator control panel kind of in the center that leads up the main spine of the ship and back into the control. It is pitch black. As far as you can tell, there is no atmosphere, no gravity, no life support systems active on the ship.
Actually, I do have a question. My ocular upgrade for dark vision doesn't work here, does it? Since it is an upgrade.
It's dark. Yeah, it's darkety dark.
Okay, I can't see.
I mean, you can see as much as the light from your friends allows, which is like not a whole lot. But
I cut on my like glowing arm.
you hear very faintly coming from the right side, like a metallic clacking sound.
As in footsteps.
Make an insight
manipulation
check. Actually, make me a perception check first to see how well you can hear this.
Ooh, even better, because I can't think of the word. It's not expertise.
Proficiency?
Proficiency. That's
Proficiency?
the word. Yes, proficiency. That will be a 19.
Yeah, so it definitely sounds like footsteps, but it also sounds extraordinarily mechanical and metallic.
Is it heading our direction?
Kind of. It was getting louder, but only just.
So it sounds like it's patrolling, pacing back and forth.
Uncertain if they're pacing or patrolling, but they're staying as loud as they're staying right at the moment.
Okay. Anybody that can see her, she'll motion with a single hand gesture of one patrol forward, and she's going to move up just a little, sticking close to the wall, and let me know if I need to make any sort of stealth check at all.
Yeah, I definitely need a group stealth check from everybody.
So I don't think I got a definite can I see or no.
You can see as well as you could without the dark vision.
That's a 26 for Willow on stealth.
You are a ghost.
23 for Kala.
You are a space ghost.
A 6
For Koreos?
for Koreos.
Freos is a space squid.
And
In a Big Daddy suit.
In a
Don't
Big
forget-
Daddy suit. Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Don't forget all the metal clanking.
Val trips over Koreos with another 6.
Oh, cursed dice. Caxos, save everybody.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, so
We are
between
very sneaky.
Oh wait, is this worth my burning my inspiration point?
it may well be.
I mean, no matter what, I'm not selfie.
If someone can roll a high stealth,
You know, I'm gonna-
over 3, it's you.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration for a stealth check. Let's do this. Watch me get another. Watch me get like another 6.
I'd be surprised if it doesn't roll 3.
I got a 21.
Nice.
No.
There you go.
Okay, so you take a nasty tumble, but thanks to the lack of gravity, you don't actually hit the floor. You are able to regain your orientation in time to land silently on the opposite wall.
I just like sweating like, oh my god. Okay, Val. Remember your zero G training. Remember your 0G training.
So the invertebrates are having a hard time with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
I
having
I mean,
a
I'm
spine
just
is.
holding tight with my stick limbs from the metal.
Well, I was
So
going
it's
to say is you may be able to crawl on walls, but also you've just got really hard, sharp everything, so it all just clacks. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. And same.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
either of them,
Honestly.
Based on
Is that-
previous experiences, Chris has tried putting some felt pads on the Big Daddy feet, but
Just so.
it's not enough.
do either of them have an inner ear to be affected by the zero gravity at all, I wonder?
I mean,
Oh.
that's a squid, so it's
Now-
natural environment is like floating.
Now that I have a question, because in zero gravity, do I still get disadvantage for wearing like heavy armor? Because it doesn't weigh me down now.
It doesn't weigh you down, so you don't get disadvantage to anything. But like the stealth check problem is that it's big fuck off metal armor, but it's,
Okay.
you're
Big fuck
clad
off
literally
metal shit
in big fuck off chitin armor all of the time.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Alright,
So it's not a matter of you being ungainly or being too heavy. It's just a matter of
It was
being
just
really
a
loud.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it feels weird to not weigh anything.
can I try to see what's that guard that Kala told us about?
Yeah, go ahead and make yourself a perception check.
I want to do that.
Cal, do you have inborn dark vision?
Like 3 times, yes.
I was just checking myself because I feel like I said that. So.
It's a cat, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to assume.
No, yeah.
I got a 13.
Okay, so you see a outline of a shape moving in the darker darkness beyond. It's very indeterminate. It's probably humanoid, but you are just right barely at the edge of your perception to be able to see anything at all. Callie, you can see, however, that this is quite clearly another Vect of some flavor. It's not a humanoid. It's not an organic. It is very definitely a Vect, and it appears to be fiddling with the console, like the power regulator console, in the middle of the corridor.
So I'm just gonna like whisper to Kala, I have a tranq loaded up and I have the shot. Do I take it?
Okay, out of character, do trank shots work on Vect?
Probably not.
No, I can. I'm certain. I honestly, above table, I am almost 110% positive that this will do absolute jack shit. to
Except
Vect.
maybe annoy it.
except
Right,
alerted to
no.
our presence.
Yeah,
If it-
then
I just don't know that's a vet. I can't see it very well, except to say, oh yes, I see that it's there.
If it was the sleep spell, it would work, but
Yeah, so
But
far
this-
it has not been alerted to your presence, and neither has anything else on this ship.
So that's why I'm just like, Kala, I have a shot that looks humanoid. I can trank it right now. Yeah or nay?
hand signal for no cold shot.
Okay. And I don't take it. For the best, I don't take it.
Alright, so at this point I'm going to request initiative for everybody.
right.
Okay, 7 again.
Natural 20 for 24 total.
So this is going to be awkward.
All right, let me roll mine at an advantage. I got a 25, but it's not a nat 20.
Hmm.
I got a 4.
I got a rock.
So 24, nat 20.
25.
Okay. Who's the greater initiative or dex score?
I've got a +4 to my dex, I believe.
I have a +4 as well.
Roll off.
Right.
By the way, they both go behind me.
Just roll again, or
Just roll a flat d20.
all right, flat d20.
Balls. I got 8.
Oh wait, shit. No, I added an extra 3 to that as I should not have. So I have a 22. My bad.
That's all fine.
7. You go first.
Holy shit!
Wow. Cool. All right. So in the order it is Kala, Willow, Val. Let's see.
Right, guys.
Bad guys. And then let's see who was. You said 6 for
7. I got
7. You had 7. Okay. Boom. Squid came in and last with 4. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. It is on your initiative, Kala. You have one unalerted Vect fiddling with the control console ahead of you. They are about 30 feet away.
Okay. I want to take half of my movement to this little section, and I want to try and get eyes on the situation. I can see them. I'm hopefully still in the shadows, but I want to try and peek around the corner, try and get any type of situation.
Now, did I understand you say you're climbing, or are you just like skulking in the corridor?
Skulking in the corridor. I'm not. I mean, we're free floating, so I think climbing is irrelevant. I'm just moving as stealthily as I can directly to that spot.
Right. Okay. So, okay, you are with that collective stealth check. You're able to not get noticed as you pull yourself along, and you are able to scope around the corner and assess really quickly from where you see 2 more Vect in the rooms beyond. They are, well, they're tearing shit up. Not to put too fine a point on it. The two have marked down the hallway appear to be also fucking with the consoles and have got the backs of them open and are trying to get into the insides and see if they can figure out a way to make this stuff go. It's worth pointing out, and I didn't mark them here on the map because there's just too damn many of them. The space is also littered with what appear to be dead humanoids floating in the middle of the room like corpuscles.
Do I recognize?
Knoll?
Was that a no or a knoll?
Yes. You don't know any of them by name, but they're definitely Knolls.
Oh, okay, gnolls. Okay. Well, the gnolls aren't the problem. It's the Vect tearing my ship up.
It occurs to you that they let the Knolls die rather than try and find any way to salvage the life supports.
I have no problems with this. What do I think about being capable of knocking out a Vect? I mean, does it require something along the lines of a stun gun? Is there certain wire I can rip out?
You would have to execute a most unlikely set of circumstances in order to drop one of these things. However, it may just be possible to get it out of the line of perception for its allies in time to subdue it before it can raise an alarm.
Okay. I have a small question, and just like how would it work mechanically? If we want to, for example, like try to sneak each one of us like on top or behind one of the back and then attack simultaneously, how would we do that mechanically?
Well, you'd have to each take your turn to get into position, and I would have to have you all roll individual stealth checks to not be perceived as you approach.
Okay.
If that's the case, then instead of attempting to try and knock anything out, I'm going to hold my position and just hand signal behind me for them just to stop directly behind me. Get as close as they need to stop. And I want to wait for this patrol to see if he's going to change his direction.
All right, so that's your turn then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so next on the initiative order, Willow?
Willow's gonna move up like she was said to, and gonna stop right here because she's in behind, and going to try and be as invisible and shadowy as possible. So I guess a roll stealth. I mean,
You succeed.
like
do you have any abilities that interface with the darkness, like Shadow Step or anything like that?
I have my teleport, but as a group, if somebody spots me with I have subterfuge. If someone spots me with a successful perception check, I can reattempt stealth to hide on success. I silently reposition, and the creature does not notice me, and I can only do it once per short or long rest.
Okay, but that'll be good to keep it in the back pocket in case something goes sideways here.
Right. I also have dark vision out of 60 feet.
All right, cool beans. So you are also able to, from where you are standing, perceive one of the other Vect tearing up a console, in addition to the one that was directly in front of you.
Right.
So
Well,
you can see this one here. Well, that's not the indicator. Ping tool. There you go. 1 and 2.
Right. So Will looks over to Cal and just makes a motion of Joe me to take him out.
I know that talking is a free action, but I'll give you the opportunity to hand sign whatever it is you can.
Yeah, just gonna sign that.
Yeah, no. For the moment, the hand signal is just hold position. Do not advance. Do not attack.
Right. Willow,
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Willow
Or go
replies.
directly to jail. Yes.
Not collect 200 lasers. Okay. So, is that your turn?
That'll be turn. Actually, with my last stealth check, would I need to re-up stealth, or am I good?
Not until you decide to try and move on these people individually.
Okay. There's only thing
Once
I can
you
do.
once you get within like 10-15 feet. Oh, did you make a perception check there, Luis?
Yeah. There's I think there's a plane, which is weird, but okay, it's fine.
So yeah, once you get within 10 feet of the Vect is when you want to repeat that stealth check.
The only other thing I can do is probably bonus action. I was thinking I would stealth if I needed to.
Right. No. So you're good for right now. All right. Next up, Valerie. Call on me, Valerie.
I shall. Actually, I shall not. You're close to that.
I apologize. My wife has been listening to a lot of Steve Winwood today.
Oh, you're good. I'm going to firstly use my bonus action to swap out for a healing dart because it appears these are. Well, actually, I'm going to move. Where's the mouse? Gosh darn it. Okay, cool.
There's no mice in the ship that you've seen.
Incredible. Gonna, just tuck my cape up so doesn't billow everywhere as I use my mag boots to walk on the ceiling and get down here. I'm not gonna put. I'm right there, right next to Willow, but I'm not gonna put my token right on top of her over hers. See,
Are you occupying the ceiling in the same space as hers?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's just have you go one to the right and down, right on, above Cala there.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna be right there. Once I see these effects, I'm okay, yeah, just use my bonus action to swap out for a healing dart if I need one. And then can't think of anything else. I presume I don't need to re-up my stealth just like Willow did?
No, you do not.
Okay. Alright, well, I just prime my weapon and get ready to fire on Cala's mark. And that's my turn.
All right. So now it is their turn, and you hear the clattering and clanking and the code cursing, funnily enough, of these Invect as they are rooting around in the consoles and trying to fix things. The one closest to you kind of throws down the arcane capacitor that they had in their hands in frustration and stands up and starts stomping off down this corridor and stops to check on something on this side of the wall here. You don't hear anything else from them, but you do see a fourth Vect come into view from the other side, Kala, and is currently inspecting what appears to be a defunct holo readout, or what should be a data readout if things were working. And that is all the more that they do for their turn. The other two are still monkeying with their consoles. And that is all they have to do with it. So, Kexos, you're up.
Okay, well, I'll just move, I guess, here, and wait to see what happens.
Okay. Boom Squid?
How big is the room? How tall is the ceiling on that room?
So the service corridor that you're in is basically like a 10 by 10. So it's wide enough for 2 people abreast.
Oh, okay, then maybe I will move here, just in case.
Okay.
But on the top part, so
Okay.
so Willow can still have like full
Sure.
view range.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so we've got 2 up and 2 down. I got that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, Boom Squid.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move up behind Kala on the actual ground level.
Okay.
I'll just put it here for now, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Like if you're lining up to where you would be otherwise underneath Valerie, I'll go ahead and give you that extra 5 feet of move needed. So don't sweat it. All right. Is that all you're doing for this round?
Yep.
Okay. Top of the order. Kala.
On the bright side, down this direction. Well, it didn't come. On the downside, that's 3 has to continue. Or wait, is yeah, I can't talk apparently. The section differences. Are we able to access the other one from back here? Like through the elevator shaft? I can't.
So if you're looking to get to the bridge, you know that you're going to have to move forward through the cargo hold and the engineering section.
But I didn't know if, okay, using the map as a reference, I wasn't sure if the blue circle was some type of elevator port, if it, just...
It's not functional at the moment. Like, it normally would be a telepad into another part of the ship, but it does not, it's off right now, so it's kind of just, it's not as glowy as it would be in the map right now.
Okay, so yeah, we do need to get to the cargo.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take the long way, which basically means moving up through the center of the ship, and then you'll have to find a way to force the lift doors open and go up the lift to the upper deck.
If it was just me, I could attempt to make movement around them. I'm trying to think of the best way to get a team through here.
Single file behind you.
Well,
the team
there's...
also sucks and stuff. Like some members do.
What do you
I
mean?
wasn't going to say that out loud, but the biggest problem is trying to get around 3 individual units while simultaneously not running into them, not making a loud enough sound that alerts them, and trying to get to the opposite end of the area.
Are we in vacuum?
You are currently, yes.
So there's no sound.
There is not.
It carries through what everybody's magnetized to, does it not?
I mean, there's vibration, but
Yeah, so there's no telling if they would be able to like detect and recognize the vibration in the floor, in the deck plates. But no, speaking as sound, there is none right now. So everything in the area can be treated as having the definite condition. However, the point about the vibrations is still going to apply for the purpose of stealth checks.
yeah, no, that
Because like y'all thud, and the other 3 of you don't thud as much, but you could still take a rough landing.
Anyways, going on.
Say again?
I know you want to. There'll be a time and place for louder rounds.
Especially if things tend to go south.
Remember when they put us together?
Oh yeah.
We need a loud one and a quiet one.
We could try and pick them off one by one.
Sure, but if we can't kill them in one...
Yeah. Do
If we
any of us have... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. You can go first.
I was just going to say, do any of us have silenced weapons? I'm an idiot. I am a complete mass.
Everything is silenced right
However-
now. But also,
However,
if
there's no telling what muzzle flash might do, and also those energy-based weapons that are gnomish tech are still going to be flashy.
So light show, just no sounds. I
in
apologize.
addition,
Yeah.
if we can't kill it in one shot, They likely have a broadcast system between them. It's like a hive mind, if you will, for and I directly point to Caxos when I say hive mind. If we hurt it but don't kill it, everyone knows we're here. We might as well go loud. So it's best to sneak without.
I just want to point out that these are magic-based artificial entities. So
Of course, otherwise they wouldn't be
the
moving.
presumption of the communications network being functional in the midst of a DMZ.
Even
The
though
only thing that's functional on them is their life support and their actual life.
Okay, so they don't have any. Just like me, they don't have any of their fancy functions. They're just basic things right now.
It would make the most sense based on what you know of the way this stuff works.
So picking them off one by one may actually be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what you could do is
Oh,
move
that poor
up,
son of a bitch.
move up close enough to where you're just out of his line of sight. I can shadow sprint in and just carve him up and hopefully get some nice sneak attack off on him because I'm still hidden from him.
Not to mention as
Potentially
long.
if I don't take him down, one of you can pick him off.
I mean, the one that's on the corridor, we can probably like
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking
kill it
about.
before
Yeah, this one.
anything happens.
Yeah,
The
that's
problem is the rest. We probably have to do like 2 at a time, which is still we can pull off still.
may not be the case, depending. I do have an idea for that, but
Okay.
I do agree with the rest of you. The
I
very
also-
first
I also have my Drow Spec Ops grenade, my Drow Spec Ops wind grenade. I don't know if that'll work in here because it's technically a spell grenade, but
I just want to point out that everybody that wants to communicate verbally in this fashion is going to have to touch their little fishbowl head helmets together to transmit the vibration to their.
I mean,
Wow, I've been
doing it.
using hand
Yeah.
signs.
I have.
You must
Okay,
be
never mind.
very fluent in hand signs.
I mean I know thieves can't, so I'm probably just thieves
You
can't.
can't what?
Exactly. What can't they do?
I'll just ride scratching on the bend.
I'm just like,
Ooh,
no.
make a
No.
stealth check at disadvantage.
Yeah, please,
Oh,
please.
I'm
God.
always at disadvantage.
I literally grab his hand to stop him.
I said scratch, not punch.
So you're still scratching. It's still going to make vibrations if you do it.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm sure the ship is vibrating way more than me scratching a wall.
This ship is dead in the water. It is still and quiet as the grave.
Cax, if you scratch this ship again, I'll shoot you.
Okay.
Cax,
I
if you
mean-
scratch the ship again, I'll shoot you.
Oh yeah,
No,
don't
no,
scratch
that's out of
don't
character,
scratch up her
'cause-
baby.
I think it's sweet that you both think that's a threat, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you in the not sexy way.
All right, so I'm going to just go ahead
I'll
and
frown
assume that
that.
this entire discussion has taken place over the course of the last round while y'all were gathering.
That was not a discussion on my part because I did decide what I wanted to do, but then got
Yeah.
cut off.
Okay, so
Sorry.
what are you going to do with your
You're
actual
top of
action?
initiative. You can do whatever you want.
Right. I'm going with the group's, I'm assuming consensus, and I'm going to use, if I'm not mistaken, it's
Are we actually going
should be, yeah, that's more than enough for my movement. Yeah, okay. So I'm
Dash is a
gonna
bonus action.
no, but that's the thing. That's 30 feet straight to him.
Mhm.
So I have a movement speed of 40 feet. So I can actually get to the side of him, or it, and you have full straight movement without having to use type of dash or bump. So
Okay. Stealth me, baby.
stealth check,
Please.
and don't call me baby.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, but right, we get dirty 20.
It's enough. So if there were any breeze or any atmosphere on this boat, it would have felt the breeze behind it, but you and your long familiarity with this craft allow you to stalk completely silent and still, and you put yourself within claw's reach of this vect, and it is none the wiser. You hang there in the corridor, like so much pent-up waiting death. Willow, you're up.
I haven't
Right.
used my action.
Oh, I thought you were holding to wait for Willow.
I'm assuming, considering playing meta here, she's got a turn before any of the Vect have a chance. So I'm using my full turn
All right.
to.
I mean, you, Willow, and Val have turns before them.
Okay, go ahead.
Right.
carry on.
That's the assumption, is that somebody's going to follow me and effectively follow the out of character group discussion about taking these bastards down.
As you were.
Okay.
You
So-
see a red dot appear on it.
No, it's not just a red dot. Kala puts the entire barrel to the back of its head, or central processing unit.
Boy. All right.
Yeah,
Are you using that blitz cannon?
Yeah, that's actually what I was about to ask. I'm assuming I'm using the blitz cannon from the weapons chart.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Oh shit, am I at disadvantage because I'm that close?
Well, I was gonna say is scatter. Let's see, do the scatter weapons have disadvantage range?
It doesn't say anything about disadvantage, but it does say a range of 10 to 30.
Yeah, so you probably want to take at least one step back.
Is that 10 feet back enough? Or
I was going to say though, is if you held your action and waited for Willow and you struck simultaneously, I would let you negate the disadvantage from having.
Are you-
why didn't
Are
say
you
this?
sure about the scatter cannon? Because you wanted to shoot me because I was about to scratch the wall, and you're about to shoot a cannon on a guy.
Point
This
blank.
is a lightning gun, like it.
Trust me, I didn't pick this just because I wanted a shotgun. And I hope you didn't take any offense to the joke of me.
Oh,
talking
no,
about
no,
this guy for shit. Okay,
Not at
just
all.
making sure. Then, yes.
If
by
you're
the-
upset, I'll buy you dinner next time we hit him on station.
Oh no. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. So you'll.
Yes, I'll
Hey,
hold
go
my
ahead.
action with the
All right.
shotgun to the back of his head to wait for Willow to negate that.
Yeah. You'll roll at a flat at your flat 20.
Yes.
All right. Go on. And Willow.
All right, stealthing up. Do I need to roll stealth to get?
What is your actual ability property say?
Of my subterfuge ability, or of just my stealth?
Are you going to be using that shadow, that teleport feature of yours, or are you actually going to just use your?
I can't teleport in here. Remember, it's magical.
Oh right. Okay. That
would be a bonus action. That's only
Never
15 feet.
Okay. Go ahead and make your stealth check as you approach.
I'm looking on here on the character sheet. It says my passive stealth is 20. I don't know if that does anything.
Okay. That's fine. I'll let you take a passive stealth.
I mean, if you want me to do active stealth, I can roll it, but
I was just no, because your passive. It's like with
Yeah,
perception. Your
'cause-
passive stealth is good enough.
And nobody's looking for you, so.
because again, I don't know what that does. If I need to worry about that or anything, but okay, if you want me to just do that, I'll just move up on him and I'll just go at him with my laser swords.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Actually,
Swing.
come to think of it, does she get the sneak damage? Despite
And I
you
also
does
advantage.
Yeah, she does have advantage because you're there.
No, not just the advantage, the sneak attack.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
just wanted to make
I
sure.
mean,
Also have it.
if you have advantage, you have a sneak attack.
Yeah, because
Oh, that's right.
Because it hasn't seen me, and you're also within 5 feet of it. So that's 19 for the attack.
Okay, that does hit.
All right, there's that 7 necrotic damage and that sneak attack. I don't know if I needed to bump anything up because I hit level 5. Let me just check to see if my sneak attack goes up. Level 5. Sneak attack damage is. Oh yeah, it did go up now. So that's 3d6. 9 damage, so 7 necrotic and 9 sneak attack.
7 necrotic and 9 sneak attack.
Yeah.
Is that also necrotic then?
I guess so.
All right. So 16 all day.
16 all day, yeah.
All right.
And if that doesn't put it down, I will go bonus action offhanded.
Well, it doesn't. But go ahead and let's let Kala resolve her shot
All right.
to go off with your action.
Okay.
Is there any bonus to hit with the blitz cannon?
There's
You
not.
want-
There's-
okay, so just
no.
straight. Okay.
D20 plus your dex, plus your proficiency bonus. I'm assuming you're proficient with martial weapons, right?
Yes.
Martial. Yeah. All right.
23 to hit.
Yeah. That hits.
Lovely.
Roll your 2d10 for your scatter damage.
16 lightning damage. Ooh, even better. Aren't Vex susceptible to lightning and electricity?
You know, I was looking at that, and it doesn't seem to be. They're not constructs; they're actual humanoids in terms of like the game rules. So they don't have that vulnerability to lightning damage.
On the bright side, that means I get extra damage against them due to favorite enemy.
That's true. So you said 16 damage?
Yes, 16 lightning.
Alrighty. Alright. So it is now Valerie's turn.
What about
No.
Willow's extra attack?
Yeah, Willow.
Oh,
Oh, well, I'm
extra.
sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right. Willow,
Yeah.
go ahead with your
offhand
hit it.
strike.
Go ahead. Hit it.
Right, so it's a 22
Jeez. Yeah, that gets it.
for 1 necrotic damage.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Hit the offhand.
It every little bit helps.
How do you roll zeros?
I rolled a. That's actually a good question. How did that happen?
Are those just like you don't add? Oh, I guess because
Yeah, you don't add,
or anything else.
Yeah, I have a proficiency bonus to it, so it's
It's
just
clad,
1.
clad.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a weird representation. All right, so you
That's
just
weird.
zip it for 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Because rogues don't get like combat style, right?
No, we don't get fighting styles. I
Fighting
can take a
style,
feat for
yeah.
that.
That's
All right. So now, I believe is Valerie's turn.
Yes.
So down the corridor, you have just seen like a flash of like laser sword, like blazing in the dark as Willow cuts up the side, and then a brilliant flashbulb fusillade of lightning as Kala puts that scattergun or that blitz cannon up against the head and discharges that weapon.
And
And so you are.
is it dead?
It is not. It is most assuredly not dead. However, it is momentarily brilliantly outlined, and you have a very good view of your target.
Alright, I don't presume I get that advantage on first on things that haven't taken combat actions yet.
Well, it really hasn't taken any action yet. This would be its surprise.
Oh, so I get advantage?
You do.
Beautiful. Alright, so I'm gonna take my first shot against this guy with, I just line up, saw all that in my scope, I'm like, oh, brilliant, and pop off a, I'm gonna check for crits. No, that's a 23.
23 will hit.
Alright, and let me type out this damage real quick. Since I haven't moved since last turn, that's an extra D8 due to one shot, one kill. So I've got 8. And if it's a humanoid, I get an extra +2 damage to it.
It is, indeed.
Yeah, alright, let's roll that beautiful beam footage for 17 damage.
Woo-wee, is that all day?
17 all day, thunder damage, baby.
Beautiful.
Alright.
You'll love to see it.
And if it's still standing, I have a second attack.
It's definitely fucked up, but it's still standing.
Alright, well, let's see if I can hit her again. That's
Yeah.
21.
You can.
I can and I will. For another 3d8 plus 2. For another 17.
Oh my
So
lord.
my whole turn so far, I've dealt, 34 all day?
Okay, so in rapid succession, this thing has gone from looking fine to shredded. It is leaking some kind of globules of fluid, hydraulic fluid perhaps, into the space.
And
It turns
let's see
to
if
look at Willow, and in as much as it can be said to have an expression, it looks completely shocked.
Let's see, do I have any bonus actions I want to do?
That was a pun.
Yeah. Willow just mouths the word "boo."
Okay. Well,
Second.
it shudders and like
alive.
jitters one time, and you can see like in the exposed wiring, like on all the parts where it's been shot away, you can see that kind of virulent purpley black lightning that signifies infection.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing is very definitely like in the midst of an active infection, and
Oh.
as it turns to you, its mouth like opens and then opens some more and then opens some more, and you can tell it's like it's trying to scream, but there's nothing coming out. But
I can't
then,
think of any bonus actions I want to do.
but then, like the one arm that's left snaps down into a blade and it swipes at you twice.
All right. Oh wait, I didn't use my bonus. Actually, no, I didn't. Never mind. Brain doesn't work right.
Does a 16 hit?
16. Yeah, it just hits it.
And I'm gonna go ahead and roll the 9. Okay, so it gets you, it catches you by surprise on that first swipe, but the second swing is a bit wide and it misses you.
Right.
However, that first catch does give you 5 points of slashing damage.
Right. Oh, wait, I can have that with uncanny dodge.
Cool. Well, you go ahead and you do that then.
Right. Okay.
You can feel a little staticky discharge where that blade hits you, but it doesn't do anything other than just feel funny for a second.
Right.
Also, I need to make perception checks for everybody else to see if they noticed what the hell just happened over there.
Down 2 different halls.
Well, yeah, because it was a very bright flash of light, and it was, light reflects. So one didn't get it, the other one didn't. None of them saw what happened. They were all looking in the extreme wrong place at the wrong time, and were so absorbed in what they were doing that they had no idea that their friend was getting violently assaulted by a bunch of misfits.
Beautiful.
Moving on, Caxaws. You just saw your friend shoot the shit out of this thing, and then it swiped at Willow, and somehow it is still standing by the barest of servo motors, as it were.
Well, I'm not extremely useful because I can basically only attack, auto attack. But I guess almost, I mean, it's effectively like destroyed that thing, right? It's like it can survive. Another.
It's yeah. I was gonna say it's not long for this world, but it's not down yet.
I have one question with the harpoon gun.
Sure.
Can I shoot at one peg with an attack and then yoink it to my position with the next attack?
You have extra attack, yes?
Yes.
All right. So what I'll say is this: you can go ahead and do that. But I need you to make an athletics check to see how hard you tug.
Makes sense. I will try to get this one. How do I ping?
Long press.
Arrow tool, just like click and hold.
There you
Yes.
go. So you're targeting that fellow?
Yes.
All right.
I
go ahead
assume the others are looking to the consoles, not.
Yes.
I mean, no one is looking. Okay. I mean, I'll make sure nobody's looking to that guy.
Okay. But yeah, nobody is at this moment looking at that guy. So go ahead and roll your 2 hit. Also, Marianne, are you running Boom Squid for Faye while she's gone?
Yes, I will be, but I don't know all of Boom Squid's intricate stuff, so mostly be resorting to that repeater they picked up.
Okay.
It's an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. I don't know the damage of the thing. I just assume it goes with dex and.
It's call it 1d6 plus dex.
Okay. So 5. Piercing?
Yep.
Makes absolute sense, yeah. And then I'll yoink.
Okay, go ahead and make me an athletics check, please.
Okay, so athletics. That's a 25.
Yeah. Okay. So you handily rip this thing away from whatever it was doing, and it doesn't even have a chance to try and grab a deck player in. And in fact, you pull it so hard that it goes careening past you, and into the opposite wall.
Good.
And it smashes there for 10 more damage, as it splats. You basically tugged it so hard that it was like falling 30 feet.
I'll signal the rest of the group like second target. And that's my turn, because I assume the harpoon gun is two-handed ranged weapon, right?
Well, for this area, since there's 0 gravity, your harpoon gun basically has effectively unlimited range. Just because it's a projectile traveling in a straight line until it hits something.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, I cannot use like it's like a heavy crossbow, as in like I cannot use a shield and the harpoon gun.
No.
Okay, yeah. That's what
it is two-handed for sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was what I was saying. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just now processing everything Cax did in that turn.
I stole a bag.
You just went full scorpion.
Yeah, you get over here.
Get over here. That's honestly horrifying to think. Can I just like put that in perspective? Like an 8-foot ripped bug man.
Yeah, you just got ant-lined like a motherfucker.
I'm fairly certain. I wish I could do any type of animation or drawing because I would do this entire scene the second we got in through that hatch.
Absolutely.
Well, this is being recorded for posterity, so I'm fairly sure at some point in the future we could animatic this.
Oh wow. Please, because I really need this shotgun blast into like rogue stuff, and y'all both just like looks too stupid sized sniper rounds blow through this thing.
And then Kaxos yoed it.
Yep.
All right, well that was exciting. Boom Squid's turn.
All right. For something less exciting, gosh, what is Boom Squid's bonus to hit with this puny little gun? Because I'm not going to use their bombs right now.
What's their dex mod?
Okay, looks like it's +5.
Their dex mod is +5, or their
no, dex plus they're to hit bonus totals +5 with this repeater. It looks like. All right, so let me just cook that up for you. Which actually, that's not bad. All right. Does a 14 hit?
No, it does not. So there is now a small smoking hole off to the side of. Well, actually, first off, which invect are you shooting at? The one that Kaxos just fished out, or the one that was getting fucked up?
Looking at, I was aiming at the one Kaxos just fished in.
Okay. In any case, the answer is no. So yeah, the bulkhead, the wall there next to where the vect is now, there is a small little bullet hole.
Oh shoot. I don't know anything else that they could or would do, and I don't think they have multi-attack, so I'm just gonna call that their turn. I don't know.
Okay. That's all fine. Kala, you are up top of the order. This first unfortunate soul is still barely standing somehow, barely active. But definitely looks like one or two good strong wallops will knock it down. So
I think I will repeat my first turn.
All right, roll your 2 hit.
Okay. 22. No.
Okay.
21 to hit.
All right. Well, 21 will get it anyway. So go ahead and roll your 2d10 lightning damage.
Those are 2d8s. I'm a dumbass.
Well, you're in scatter range, so roll the big ones.
I am 6 and a 7, 13.
All right. So this first target basically explodes in a shower of sparks and breaks up across the opposite wall, and starts rebounding, kind of helter-skelter across the 0G corridor here. Bits spinning off into the hallway down the way.
Am I able to get past Kaz and his friend?
Oh, probably. You can move through Kaxos' space, no problem.
Okay, in that case, I will move.
However, it will trigger an opportunity attack from the one that just got smacked.
Oh, he's not.
He's not incapacitated or anything else. He's just surprised and angry and a little hurt.
Yeah, sorry. No, for whatever reason, I thought he was grappled. The scorpion.
I mean, it has a harpoon through the chest, but that
he's not impaired in hitting you back.
He got yoinked over here, but he's not being held.
Correct.
Oh balls! I just realized my energy shield is effectively useless, isn't it?
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, we're all fucked here.
For whatever reason, I thought that was yikes. Anyways,
I thought all my prosthetics were tech and not magic, so like dark matter, shit happens.
Yeah, there's
roll with it.
There's some weird lines here that need to be refined, but we'll get that in feedback notes, I'm sure.
Feedback note: I got tech because I thought it was magic proof.
I'm not going to move past him, but I am going to Kaxos Square and get eyes down the hall.
All right, I'll say that you can inhabit his square long enough to get visual on the other targets, but you'll have to recede back further or finish moving across.
I mean, isn't it ZG with mag boots? They can just stand on the top, like from the top of the hallway.
Well, now hold on a second. Weren't you, Caxos? Didn't you say that you were on the ceiling anyway to begin with?
I'm usually on the ceiling, yeah.
Okay, then that's fine. Then you can be on the ceiling and Kala can be on the floor, and that's all gravy. But you're still within melee range of the harpooned Vect.
That's fine, but if I'm not moving outside of that range, he doesn't.
Then
get
you
the
won't get
attack
opportunity attack now.
Exactly. So
And
that'd be my-
And I think he's got a bigger problem right in front of him that Vect does.
Oh, maybe.
It's basically Han ducking behind Chewie while Chewie's got the guard up in a choke.
But Chewie cannot smite.
Mm,
You
It's
don't
okay.
know that. He never did it, but you don't know that he cannot do that.
I mean,
I don't know, that-
I am Chewie and I cannot smite right now.
That bowcaster's pretty smitely.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I did not make that connection. My apologies.
Brr.
Okay, imagine the damage I would be doing with Hunter's Markup too. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Anyway, let's see here. So, is that your turn, Kala?
Yes, that is my
You're
turn.
scoping it. All right. So, as far as you can tell from your quick reconnoiter, you've lost sight of one of them just based on where you're positioned, but the other one is still distracted by his console and has not taken note of what's happening yet.
That's fine, but from what I saw on the first approach, I know that. Well, I would assume that the other one is still at that same console. If I'm not seeing it,
Yeah, best you can tell. Or
that works for me.
great, Willow.
Right. So Cal already got the one that I was originally squaring off with, right? Because it's not there on the map anymore.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Also,
Sorry.
we're gonna like wrap in about 10 minutes, just
All
so
right.
you
No,
can
but-
get some sleep. But we're gonna finish off this last round
Yeah.
of initiative.
Right. So moving here, I will have advantage to hit this guy because allies within 10 feet. So I'm going to take a swipe at this guy who I'm assuming just the guy who got slammed into the wall. I'm going to take a swipe at him.
Mhm.
Laser sword advantage this road. That is a 22.
Yeah, you got it.
10 necrotic plus 13, so 23 damage all day necrotic damage.
Hoo-hoo-hoo. That's a vicious chunk.
Alright, and offhand laser sword. 19 for 2 necrotic damage.
Okay, 19 does hit. 2 necrotic damage.
So total 25 altogether.
That's tasty.
And that is all I got.
That's quite enough to be getting on with, thanks. So, yes, this individual is now very unhappy and is beginning to leak hydraulic fluid as well. Valerie.
All right. With great pleasure, I have also not moved again since last round, so one shot, one kill will proc. And has this guy done a combat thing? Okay, my advantage doesn't trigger, does it?
Wait a second, because no, he hasn't done anything yet. He was like on the console and I yoinked it, but it didn't take the turn. It goes after you.
Oh, well, in that case, I will shoot, like, you see a slight shift, like, in Val's gun, and I shoot it for 17.
17 does hit.
Right. Then you see a very pretty 19 damage just flow into his body.
Ooh.
And my second shot will be dirty 20.
Hold on a second. So you took 19 damage off the first time?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage for the second shot, please.
All right, and that is 16.
Somehow you managed to torment this thing even closer to within an inch of its life than its predecessor. It is full of holes. It is shedding hydraulic fluid into the vacuum of space like nobody's business.
I hit the corner and just tear an eye out of it.
I mean, it's massively fucked up. It looks like one more good solid whack.
35 damage. Jesus Christ. One shot, one kill's a powerful ability. I love it.
I was gonna say is like, you all seem to have a lot of really high single target output.
Oh yeah, like, but my thing is I can only keep doing one shot, one kill as long as I stay still. If I move at all,
Right.
I lose it until the next round, which This guy looks like he's about to be dead, and I'm not sure if Cax is gonna fish me anymore.
Well,
Boys.
as it happens, it's actually his turn.
I was going to use my movement.
No, I meant the Vex turn. But you go
Yeah.
ahead and use your movement.
Yeah. Why? Oh yeah, just because the tool was cheap. Going to move up 5 feet, just enough so that I could peek out and have visual down this hallway. And yeah.
All right, you now have eyes on 2 targets down the hallway that don't notice you yet.
Bees.
Yeah, except now it's their turn. So, this poor son of a bitch doesn't know what to do. Honestly, like the arm reaches up and like the arm blade lashes out at Caxos first. I'm guessing a 24 hits.
Barely, but yeah.
He says barely.
Jeez.
He's a
Jeez,
beefy
you
bug.
Reese.
He's a beefy bug.
Yep, he sure is. All right, so
I couldn't cast Shield of Faith.
for 9 damage. Ouch, he got all that one.
Okay. I'm still
so-
looking pretty great.
Yeah, in what appears to be his final act of defiance, and he swings at you again for 16. Okay, so yeah, he catches you a strong stab with the first swipe for 9 damage and misses on the second one, and you could almost imagine as their face kind of screws up into a rictus that they tried to spit that vect lightning at you towards your eye. Caxos, it is your turn now.
Okay, so this orange thing, does it like?
The other 2 are... Oh, okay, so that is... In the floor, there is like a holo projector. It is currently turned off, but when the ship is functional, that's like a data readout.
Okay, so it doesn't like impede my seeing of this guy.
No, it does not break your line of sight for that.
Okay, then I'll try to yoink this other guy, because this one is already finished. As I can
Alright,
see.
let's see, what's the range on that?
I have no idea, because we talked harpoon gun, but I mean, let's see.
I think last round he asked this and you're just like, it just goes.
Well,
I mean,
no, but still, like, for accuracy's sake, like,
Okay.
it's outside of like your first range, I would say.
okay, so it's like long range, right?
Yeah, you would say a disadvantage for that.
Okay.
Because like doing a trick shot like that across the hall with a spear around the corner like that, that's a pretty tricky minute.
Would 35 be?
Wait, why are you doing it for me?
Because I can move up to you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Would 35 still be long range?
30 is the maximum increment for first range.
30, okay.
Use my bonus action.
I will. That's a little risky, but I'll move here. I'll get the opportunity attack.
Oh, okay.
I'll take it. I mean, if he desires to, they desire to.
Oh yeah, there's no way they're letting you get away.
Yeah, no, I assume it would be not.
I'm guessing
No,
a 14 doesn't do the job though.
No, not at all. And I'll try to get this one
Ooh, okay.
from 30 feet if I didn't.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you go ahead.
Oh, that's a 20. Not natural. Dirty 20.
The dirty 20 will hit.
And then my athletics. That's a 24.
All right. So go ahead and roll me a d6 plus.
Yeah, the damage. I
Yeah.
forgot it. That does damage. So it's 4 in the die plus 5 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
I'm on the ceiling, by the way, just for the purposes of.
Sure. That's fine. Now go ahead and make yourself your ability check.
17. I said it right already.
Did you? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I think I said 17.
For the athletics? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's a lot of the same. This poor fellow doesn't hit the wall quite as hard. However, he does still hit the wall and is pulled next to you and lands. He kind of caroms off of this wall and like ends up here.
Okay.
Oh shoot, actually, if I could have stayed in the same place. Cax
Oh
was
my God.
fishing me, guys.
The minute he bounces off the wall, we hear the boom from a ping pong machine.
Yeah, it's actually kind of loud though, right?
It could be super loud. It's kind of shaky, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say it would be loud in other circumstances. But like Valerie, you definitely feel the impact from the deck plates as that body hits the wall close to you.
I wince.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And it is now kind of like hanging upside down, like arms and legs akimbo, like trying to grab purchase onto the wall behind it with a spear sticking out of its side.
I want to say that technically Kala was in my Kala and I were in the same tile, so you can move it like you're technically in the same where I want. Yeah, but
Sure. All right. Boom Squid, you're up to finish out the round
All right.
and to close for the night.
Yes. I really wanted Boom Squid to rush over and just whack the ever-loving just snot out of this guy with the wrench air, but I got word from Baby, just use the repeater for quiet, the bomber for not. So repeater time.
All right.
Let's see. 5 with that little doohickey. This is against the one that's
On the
same one.
nose.
16. All right.
Roll your
Let's
damage.
see. Okay, cool. Let me. 6 radiant. That's 9 damage.
Okay. I will. I would allow Faye to say how does she want to do this, but how do you want to do this?
I will just say that from the earlier shots, Val caught it in the shoulder, really loosening up, and that last shot that Boom Squid got just finished severing the neck, so we did decapitated the two of us with our shots together.
All right. With that, the skull goes rattling down the corridor, flying past Willow's head. The body kind of stays where it is, hanging in midair. You now have 2 dead Vect, 2 alive Vect, one of which has been skewered and angry, and the other one is still pretty oblivious. And here's where we're going to end for the night.
Before we close out, as soon as the skull goes whizzing by, Willow just raises her hands in the air to make the goal sign from like soccer.
Nice.
Val joins you.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
If anybody happens to notice it, while Kala's on the prowl looking for other targets,
Aw. We love to see
Val
it.
makes a note of it, but says nothing because she
I
knows she will get shot if she says something.
All
I
right.
think we have a pretty decent strategy here.
Yeah, y'all are pretty murderous. So real quick, plugs for everybody. I'm going to start with you, Willow, because January, I know you've got some big announcement here.
Yep,
So.
big news. The homebrew project that I've been teasing for the last several sessions, almost feels like a couple months now, is finally up on DM's Guild. Search the Sphinx Library. I almost forgot my own brand there. Yeah, the Sphinx Library over on DM's Guild to find my very first homebrew project, the College of Dragon Song Bard. It has the aforementioned subclass, a little short story I wrote before it. It also has 3 custom magic items with art drawn by our very own Luis Abadias. Check him out on Twitter. He does amazing work. I was so happy to commission him for this. I love the artwork for the magic items. And artwork by my friend Amara Rose, who goes by Burger Mama, spelled with 2 R's, Burger, like birds and bear, over on Twitter. Check her out. She has amazing fantasy work. And expect more from the Sphinx Library in the future. If you go on to Twitter at Library Sphinx, capitals for the first 2 words, there's a poll up where you can vote on my next project that I'll hopefully be able to focus on, because with my imagination, who knows.
Yay! Well,
Yay.
we're certainly excited to see where that takes you. And
Heck yeah. I don't expect it to be big, but you never know.
well, I mean, you also never know when material might show up in games you might appear in.
That's true.
I
This
mean,
is very much true.
it's a good looking subclass is all I'm gonna say in case
Sure
I
thing.
have to put down validating point.
Yep. Sage, you got anything for us tonight?
not tonight now.
All right. Marianne?
Hmm.
You plugging
I mean,
anything tonight?
other than my usual plugging of just the general, like, if you're listening to this podcast, you'll like, or the show you definitely know that we're using the Dark Matter book. Go check them out.
Mage Hand Press.
Mage Hand Press. They've created some awesome content that we're doing, and that that we're playing with and just enjoying so very much. You should also check out at Scotty_Hood. It's spelled H00D on Twitch as well as on Twitter. He makes a lot of the Lasers and Liches content, as well as at Uisabadias, doing a lot of the art for it.
All of the art.
And Scotty Hood on Twitch is where a lot of really good D&D games get played with almost everyone else here. And oh my gosh, I've listened to a few of them. There are some just incredible games. If you enjoyed the kind of content you get here and you want to flavor it in like all that 90s stuff, hell yeah, go check them out. Also check out, they also have like a Magical Girl game with Aya, also at Aya Golander. She is also an artist who I have commissioned as well. Top tier, beautiful work, never complained. And
I love how you plug like the entire RPG fam in one go. So,
well, I'm gonna. And I mean, if you're curious about me, my Twitter handle is usually in this video at Bardic Ranger. So like, I don't do anything, but like, I often retweet from all these other guys. So like, if you don't get enough of my plug-in here, go to my Twitter. You get more of it there.
Also, follow her for fun dinosaur bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of fun dinosaur bullshit, what are you gonna draw next, Uis?
Well, fun fact, I'm not related to dinosaurs at all. I just drew a big titty wasp.
Oh yeah, you did too. Oh my gosh.
Other than that, I almost finished the Dire Sandflash, so that should be up tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
But that's
Can I ask
pointy.
a question? Is that the standard Sandslash or is it the Alolan one?
It's standard, because
That was my favorite as a kid.
it's
Love
one of my
Sandslash.
favorite. I love ground types. Like Cubone is my favorite, but Sandslash is like close second. I'm
Ground types.
digressing. Other than that, just like check the Sphinx library. I mean, you want more content like that in your 5th edition landscape. So support creators in the rise, because it's more content for your future games.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right. And with that, we will sign off here, and we will see you back here next week. Same back time, same back channel. And good night, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Dark Matter is copyright Mage Hand Press. Check them out at mfov.magehandpress.com. Sound effects by Sirenscape Online, the premier solution for your virtual tabletop RPG sound effects needs. $22 every other month gets you access to Sirenscape's library of hundreds of curated music and sound effect packages. From swords to spells to starships, if you need sound, you need Sirenscape Online. Check them out at sirenscape.com. Zap the Laser Corgi and Snickle Socks, if you appear today, appear courtesy of the Retroverse. Check them out at lasersandliches.com. Radical.